blessed, 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 blessed.
Tell them so we bless. Tell them 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 so we still love.
Wagwan people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Of course, you are realizing, like, it's like me always a move from, but believe this, yes, it's just that I have different guests and different guests, you know, get different things. So today we have Tanya.
Queentanzzz, guys. Hi, guys.
Yes. So if you're on my WhatsApp, if you're not on my WhatsApp, then you would have heard the voice note that Tanya actually sent to me, badding me up that I need to create a YouTube channel. So this is how we're even here. So Makiana met the queen forward panda something like guys, let me tell you something. From she come here, our phone a blow up. So
Hotline.
by the title, you know that we are going to be talking about PCOS and endometriosis and how we try. Remember, I know they tell me I started the channel. Semi is not what do you call it, professional.
Hey guys, I'm sure you can see I'm out of frame most of the time. We didn't do a test shot. I'm so sorry.
We're not self-professionals. We're not experts.
We're not experts. We just know what we live with and what we go through.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to be talking about it. There are a lot of things that we're not going to talk about, of course, for specific reasons. But you know that we're having a mukbang based on the
title of the video.
Right?
We're doing a Wendy's mukbang.
Right. So, and of course, you can follow Tans. You want them to know your Twitter?
No, Chrissy.
Her Twitter careless, guys. Let me just tell you. Her Twitter is careless. So you can subscribe to her channel.
The link will be below, and my Instagram handle as well, and my TikTok handle.
So me talk about the girl is the girl know her thing. Anyway, so we're going to eat. Me tell you, what do you get? Tell me.
I got the biggie box with the Dave single beef burger. You know, you get nuggets, fries, and I got barbecue sauce, my favorite sauce.
Guys, my hunger is so bad. So I got the biggie box too. Please, before I say we crave, first of all,
Hungry bad.
I'm hungry, and this is after work. So my hunger bad. I get what you call this, the baconator fries, because I love bacon, guys, if you never know nothing about me. And I got a biggie box, but I'm not gonna eat off everything, promise you that.
Probably eat off everything.
Well, it depends on how sweet the conversation be. But I'm not sure what sweet but PCOS and Endo.
Right? Struggles.
Yeah, and you know, in the biggie box, this is not a paid commercial, but Wendy's, you can hook us up. You know?
Yeah.
We have fries. The AC, I make it This camera shot tomorrow from my response. But yeah, we have nuggets and whatnot. So we're talking about PCOS and Endo. Which one do you suffer from?
I struggle with PCOS.
And if you didn't know, I have endometriosis, right? So yeah, who are the better persons to talk about their experiences than
people who struggle with it.
who struggle with it? So yeah, to start off though, I went on Twitter. You dig up on Twitter?
I never get an answer.
Alright.
People implemented an effort for me.
Alright, so we'll have like 134 people voting on the, what do you call it, the
Poll.
Alright, so I did a poll and I basically asked, do you know anything about PCOS and endometriosis? We had for the final results, you had 134 people that voted. 67% of that 134 said yes, they know about PCOS and endometriosis. 27% out of that 134 said not really, and then 6% out of the 134 people said what are those. So we still have a lot of people that don't know what endometriosis is or PCOS. And I think because I decided that I wanted to start this channel because I wanted to talk about mental health, and I know that Tanya is suffering from PCOS, and it does affect our mental health, these illnesses. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people, a lot of women are actually going through this, and we have a lot of people, even women, who don't know what this is. So we're just gonna start off the conversation by talking about our struggles as much as we can. So what is PCOS?
And so PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Basically, you have more androgen hormone, which is like the male hormone, so it does affect your hormones. It gives you irregular periods or no periods. You get facial hair, a lot of facial hair or more hair over your body.
Do you have facial hair?
Yeah, I have some little one to under my chin.
I have one diggy one. Where sometimes
you come out?
Yeah, sometimes it come out and say hello.
I always tweeze mine, or beg my little sister to tweeze, but she not a bit. So, I know my big people things. So I'm just pick them up by myself.
Girl, a mukbang, please do it. I don't want to quite craving.
Alright. So I pick them up by myself.
What else you struggle from? You suffer from? Because one thing I saw, guys, my mother was really upset because I eat and talk, but
mukbang.
One thing that you want to know about, guys, is that not everybody who has PCOS or endometriosis go through the same thing. So they don't. We don't all have the same
symptoms.
And also endometriosis and the PCOS, it's not the same. It's not the same. You might have some of the same symptoms, and this is why.
Let me similar in a sense.
Yeah, this is why some people might mix up both of them. Right? So they might say, you know, is either you have PCOS or you have endo.
What is endo?
Endo? So endo has to do with the lining of the womb, I think. It doesn't really have anything to do with hormones.
Not really. It's basically the tissue that is on the lining of the uterus. It grows on other organs or grows outside of the uterus.
Outside of the uterus. So it's supposed to in the uterus, it don't stay in a way it's supposed to there.
It goes outside.
And so it can affect all other organs as well. So it don't have
lots
to
of pain.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna say pain like you can naturally you can just be walking and you feel a pain like for no reason. Yes. Alright, so when I just working at my workplace, no. Oh no. When I just started working at my current workplace, I used to have periods of periods of pain. Like this was like 2014 when I just graduated from UTech. Like me used to have like me just have walk going on because I knew people so there. Just a walk going on KFC. I must feel something like me.
Like a sharp pain.
Brother. And you have to stop no matter where you're there.
And take a look at breath.
And you have to just say, Jesus, what is? And at that time I was not diagnosed. So I was just having like horrible guys, I'm gonna say horrible pain. I mean say Jesus. Like if you were ever my roommate at any part of my life, university, or I used to work, I used to have roommates, like I'm telling you the truth. I want to apologize to you. Like my periods terrible, Tanya. Like I mean terrible from me a baby. And
so when were you diagnosed with endo?
So I was diagnosed with endo like 2017. Was it 17?
What age was that?
How old was I? Alright, I'm 28 now.
2017, so that's 4 years ago?
17, 18, 19, 20,
4 years ago.
4 years ago, so 24, right? Because I didn't know what was happening with me. I did just think some bad luck and a bad period.
Nigga salt.
Just see me one of them sad people that guys, I'm telling you something. Jeez and peace. And then I had bad acne.
That's the.
I even realize we're agreeing because we have like similar symptoms.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm tell you something. You see before me come pan or something here.
She touch up in her.
Tanya come with her good ring light, guys, over me yard. And when I have my regular lights up in the ceiling, me never did see so much spot.
So the ring light show everything.
Look how when she turn on the ring light, I say, all I'm go for my concealer. Them have a concealer up the face. Good, clean. Because, guys, my face. And then there was a point in my life I was like, wow, like my really I could just look like one grapefruit or sibble orange. Like my face just bumpy and ugly.
I can relate. Let me tell you, I struggle.
But girl, the face clean.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Sorry, we just remember her face cleaner. It come true. Can you do it, Freddie?
Guys, listen. Ever since I was in prep school, I struggled really bad acne. And when I started university, my face used to stay like outer road. Like it stay like bumpy. Be a pothole, like it stay bad. I'm gonna say, nice girl like me. Tell the truth. My face ever stay bad. And I used to be very insecure about it then. Up until I started using, little stuff on my skin for like clean it up a little. I want to stop going to university. I think stress helped to induce it as well.
Because remember it's hormonal and stress brings off.
Stress flare it up.
You have to clean. Yeah, that's why you have to make sure so like your mental health.
Yeah.
It affects you guys.
Yeah. The stress flare it up. I tell you, say at some point I used to joke with my sister and say you know the people have ears and it's bumpy. No judgment to people who struggle with HIV/AIDS. No judgment. But I was just giving an analogy.
She can't laugh. The guys like, why is she laughing? But what if it is? Because if we don't laugh, God knows we're going to
Stop for crying.
Look here now. First of all, guys, you see we're talking about mental health. Another thing that endo happens when you have endometriosis, and I think it's the same for you guys as well. Is depression. Easy.
Listen. Is that something name?
First of all, I don't know if you guys are following me on Instagram, but if you are following me on Instagram, then you'd have seen the last post that I made that I had a literal mental breakdown like a week ago. And I couldn't go to work. Like, guys, me pop down like depression is real and it is hormonal because right after I realized I have this mental breakdown, of course I start back my antidepressants. Right after that, I start realizing, oh shoot, your period will come this week. And I say, so that's why I want to kill myself, so like please do not report this video. I am not suicidal. I am okay. My mother is praying for me.
Yes,
it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. We're just telling you based on what we experience. We're just trying to be real because many of you guys don't know what it is.
Yeah.
We don't know, so we go through that. Our friends who always are stressed out about them period or when them period. First of all, my period coming, I'm not boy, when my period I go come have anxiety. Like the week before when my app tell me say period, and next week my heart.
Listen me, guys, I don't see periods. That's a blessing and a curse, you see?
You hear that?
Because it's when you don't see periods and you're sexually active, you can be pregnant at any time, which is a hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wants a baby.
You want a baby? What are your chances with PCOS?
It can still happen.
It can still happen, but
because
what are the chances?
Alright, so the chances are kind of it's kind of a hit or miss, kind of 50-50. You can get pregnant and you can be infertile. So when I go to the gynecologist, I've been diagnosed with PCOS for 10 years now. So since I was 16.
Are you referring to?
Yes, since I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed. But before that, my first period, I think it was like when I was in grade 6 in prep school. I saw the period.
I saw my period at 9. I mean, no, maybe I watch this. Maybe I'm not even want to tell you, maybe it's the thing. Okay, no? 9.
Listen, all the girls in prep school, they're like, so see period, everybody a bust verse and see period, and you know, feel like I'm a big woman. No, listen to me. Breast period, I never had no breast.
But it's still not.
And I still don't have no breast.
First of all,
listen,
as you can see, I'm heavily.
She's well endowed.
Heavily.
And I have
blessed over here, so unfortunately.
And I just
and I say unfortunately because I just can't bother.
And I was
early.
like, Janos, I'm so immature because I am 11 and I'm not seeing a period, and I started school this September when I turned 12 because my period only lasted for like 3 days, right? And it never came back. And when I was in grade 8, there was some spotting for like 2 days, and that was it. And then mommy was like, I saw my period late, so maybe you're the same thing. Mommy started her period when she was like, what, 16?
Bounty killer, I think that's what mommy said to. I don't know when my mother died when she pregnant with me and my
back
sister.
then,
because 9 my sister get period.
Back then, it was like, it wasn't really anything much to be of concern.
This is the best sauce ever.
So that's the one?
Best sauce.
I love my barbecue. Barbecue?
Best sauce.
Can't give up barbecue. But like, she was like, it wasn't like of great concern because she saw her period late. So I was like, okay, mommy, let's go and watch it and see what happened.
Yeah.
And then when I turned 16, she was like, no man, I'm taking it to the guy now. So I went to Jubilee Public Clinic, and they told me to go do an ultrasound and some blood tests, and I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS for short. And I was like, what is this? So, you know, they gave me birth control, they gave me Provera, and I was on numerous birth control pills. They give you Provera, Diane 35, Yaz, Minigynon. There's a wide variety that they give you so that it can help to induce the periods, right? Because you have high male hormone and less female hormone, right? So they have to give you have to get your estrogen somewhere, right? So that's what the birth control pills do. And my period only comes when I take birth control pills. My period does not come on its own. So for the year, I think since 2021 I saw a period like 3 times. Yeah, because I hate periods. Periods are gross. I don't know I don't know how you guys see regular periods. Like, sometimes I wonder if I'm God's favorite, but it's a blessing and a curse when you don't see period. Because my doctors have been telling me over the years, Miss Davis, take your pills, because if you don't see a period, you can develop ovarian cancer or uterine cancer. And you know, girl don't want cancer. Cancer where? Who is she? Not me. So I don't know that.
First of all, I tell you so. Guys, I tell you, my period stress me out. I'm gonna say stress me out. Just thinking about it make me feel like my heart a go hurt. Like, guys, I feel pain, you know. I feel pain. I'm tell you one something. Guys, I remember me have braces. So if you see food na my teeth, look here.
I'm at pizza.
Me I see
I look
food.
Mukbang.
Me I see food for them. Me I see food for already. Anyway, no my teeth. Don't laugh. Right. Must say, you know, say when it comes to work and the endometriosis, it look a bit rough. Sorry, dear. Sorry. Cause I don't know why people text me. When you have period, when you have endo and you work, like you have a regular job, it's pretty hard because remember, you know, you're expected to do a specific thing every day. You're expected to do things daily. You're expected to do your job daily, your duties. But then, out of nowhere, and remember, because I have endo, I can have sometimes 2 periods for the month. Sometime irregular period, meaning it's supposed to come next week, come today. Yeah, go buy a nice clean business, a nice white crap.
They prolonged, right?
sometimes them longer than ever. Period 2 weeks one time. Like stress me out. Sorry for the men who are listening, but you don't need for no say. Some of the wives or your girlfriends probably have it, and yeah, it's crazy. And then you're at work and you're just there and you say, what else? I eat. And then one time, I did have a boss. I don't call no name. And he, I was very ill. Like the endo did a name my face. Like him, the endo did a box me down. And because my guy know before, because how you actually know if you have endo, it's either you have to do like the ultrasound might not tell you that you have endo, and so it takes a longer time for you to be diagnosed. So by the time before me get diagnosed, I'm thinking about PCOS. So me did start hormones.
Yeah.
We start hormones. Yeah. And then that wasn't working. So then I said, no man, something wrong. So when I went back and did the procedure, and gyno say, yeah, you have endo. They couldn't really help me anymore. They just say, yo, you have to just stock up on meds because there is no cure for endometriosis. There is no cure for endometriosis. Is there a cure for PCOS?
No.
Them say
I
you
think
can
you
do
can
like
under
a
control.
Yeah, you can control it, but you can't cure it. Then we tell us you can do like a surgery for endo, but honestly, I don't have like
effective.
Yeah, I don't have stage 4. I don't even remember what them some of. I need to go back to my gyno. But how I haven't been controlling it. Me just try
Just a
live.
live
Me just try live
at this point.
At this point because me just can't. But I don't have it as bad as other people though. You have people who have stage 4 endometriosis. For example, there was this lady that commented under my tweet. I'm not going to say who it is. She says, I have a stage a 40s. I don't know there's something there.
Yeah.
A 4. Sorry. A 4, yeah. For endometriosis, and it caused my lung to collapse. Excuse me? Yes. So she said endo can affect you during the reproductive age 13 to 49. So for the maybe if my mother did figure out some the pain why made her feel so much pain was not just because whatever, she'd have probably know. But remember, you know, endo was so new to everybody. I mean, 4 years ago, me still confused like what is an endo. And it wasn't until my boss at that time, my manager at that time, told me that she found out that she had endo, that I realized
you might have it too.
yeah, I might have it too. So she's describing all of her symptoms and I'm like, don't know me this. Yes, don't me
You're
this.
saying too many similarities.
Yeah. So she says, and it affects 1 in every 10 women.
Yeah.
That hear this?
I think it mainly affects African American women, black people.
Yes, it does. Same thing
I think it's the same thing for PCOS,
right? Yeah. So it says it's considered one of the top 10 most painful diseases ever. Guys, I'm telling you something, feel pain. But nah lie to you, like make me feel genuine pain. Like I felt there was this point when I have pain so bad, Tanya, that when I bite down, like me feel pain so bad and me bite down on my teeth till me get a sharp running headache.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like
that's crazy.
she said, yet it's misunderstood and under-researched. She said most symptoms include chronic pain before, during, and after the period, back pain shooting up your legs. So you see all of them pain and blood feel when me have go down and go back KFC, or me are working on New Kingston, never even know say that's a kid in my life. Diarrhea. Look here, man. Let me tell you see, during my period, rough.
That's the worst thing.
And guess what? As women, we have to go work, you know.
Can't stop. They have no excuse to not
When
be
I
at
have
work.
no excuse, you keep think me can call in and be like,
Listen, you men,
see my
you men have it easy, okay?
look here, you see if
Okay.
you don't have a boss that is understanding,
You're gonna struggle.
you go mad.
You're gonna
Because
struggle.
enough of them I can't move. I cannot move, I want move and I can't move. I just have to sit down and say, God, I eat this.
Just hold it like a G.
Enough day, me have to say I eat this now, and you have to show up at work because you will be seen as not doing your duties.
Yeah.
I remember one time, my boss said something to me. Him say, how you always feel so much pain in your period, you're not supposed to use to it by now. Tanya, I mean, say tears run down my eye, I'm on the phone because I call out sick. And because I don't have control, I don't take like medication for my endo. I just, let me stop saying my endo. For endo, we're not claiming it. For endo, I don't take medication. I just manage the pain. So whenever the period is going to come, I will go to get a baralgin injection. So everybody know baralgin pill. Why me? Everybody know baralgin pill, right? The regular one that come in that little green pack. That don't work for me.
You shouldn't get the IM injections.
Yeah, I cannot take baralgin injectable pills like orally and it work. It don't go through my bloodstream fast enough because with the and then plus the pain.
Yeah.
So I have to actually get an injection to actually help with the pain. And then when I take injection, guys, I'm gonna take the baralgin injection. No, it's not done yet. I still have a feel pain. So you know what happen after that? I still have to take my olive. Either I take a olive liquid gel, and you know the dose is 2. And again, I am not suicidal. I am okay. My mother prays for me. My daddy prays for me. I pray for me. My sister pray for me. And my brother-in-law pray for me. And my serenity pray for me too. I'm saying because of how bad the pain is, I will take 4.
That shit will ruin your liver.
Yeah, and that will mash me up. But it's because I cannot manage the pain. And even when I take all of them something there, guys,
Pain is still awful.
pain is still awful. So that is what I'm talking about. Pain rough, like it rough. It rough. And the man gonna tell me over the phone, say, so why you not used to it by now?
I hate bosses who are inconsiderate. They behave as though the job is first when your employees should be first, because without the employees there's no job. But they replace people so quickly. People are so disposable to them. We're just a number, you know, so they don't care. They don't care.
Well, they want to know more.
And PCOS is so... There's so many women that struggle with PCOS.
Trust me, here I think
So
I think
many.
it's also one in. I think PCOS is more. It's more
Popular.
popular
more
than
popular.
endo.
It's more popular. And honestly, with PCOS, it affects your hormones so bad. It throws you into depression.
Oh God!
It throws you into depression. It affects everything. Everything, because sometimes, and it depends on how, because you do get the cysts that grow on your ovaries. They're like little water packets, I guess,
I hear some cysts can big.
and they grow large up until the point you have to get them cut in surgery. Yeah, sometimes people might mistake it for fibroids, but they're not fibroids, because your abdomen does get really bloated, and then sometimes it look like membrane. I went to the doctor yesterday, and the nurse literally asked me, "You pregnant?" I said, "Lady, breathe." I said, "Miss, my belly big."
Guys, I
oh,
feel
God.
like sometimes that's so that affect you sometimes, like mentally. Like, please, guys, do not, and this always piss me off. First of all, as an endo warrior or a PCOS warrior, fertility is a hit or miss.
Trust me. You don't know people struggle.
Like I was saying, my manager that actually told me her symptoms and said that I should check it out, because she sent me a long message. So in order for her to get pregnant, what she had to do was
You should do IVF?
yeah, she did an IUI, I think she said.
Okay.
Yeah, IUI, because she can't get pregnant just through sex. And guess what? She has both PCOS, so she get the cyst, she get the hair, and the hormonal imbalance, and then she also has endometriosis.
That's a terrible combo.
So she can't get pregnant just like that. So she had to do a IUI.
Fertility treatment.
Yeah. She said in order for her to get she said there was a side of her uterus that was damaged, so there was no egg.
So her ovary.
Because she said the endo mash. May I speak back? Well, she said text me. She said endo mash up one of the tube. She said she has a pushed back. She said it pushed back her cervix. But she got pregnant because the other side that wasn't harmed, yeah, them used that to actually do that. So after that, she said because of the fertility meds that she had to take, she ended up in the hospital.
Wow.
So that baby that she has is a miracle. I'm sure like people that look on her and say, you're not breathing. She said it was such a bittersweet moment when her friend them get pregnant. Like, she happy for them, but she said, could I me, you know, why never me or why me? She said she questioned God enough time, but she thank God. 2 years every day. She said for 2 years every day she cried because she was told that she couldn't get pregnant and she wanted to get pregnant.
That's a really rough journey, to be really honest, and I know a lot of women who struggle with it. And every time when I go to the doctor, when I was done by Jubilee Clinic, my doctor always asks me, Miss Davis, are you trying to have kids? I'm gonna say, Doctor, you're crazy. That not pick, that not why you pick no time. So he's like, what do you want right now? So I told him that I just want to see a period. I want to have a regular cycle. So he's like, okay, since you don't want to have kids right now, you're focused on that, let's put your period on track. He's always telling me, make sure you take your pills, Miss Davis.
I love Wendy's
Guys,
fries, but not today. Cool.
Guys, me hate period. My hate. Me hate period, but periods are so gross. They're so painful. Like, I hate them. So what I don't take the hormone pills all the time. I don't take them all the time, and my doctors cuss me and say, Miss Davis, you get cancer. I'm gonna say, is if I eat the big C word? So sometimes I try to see a period at least 3 times a year, 3 to 4 times a year.
God.
My new guy told me that, Miss Davis, you know you don't have to see a period every month, but try to see a period at least 3 to 4 times a year, 4 or 5 times. You just need to shed the lining, because the thing is that the lining can be built up, but it's not shedding. You understand? So the period is not coming down. So sometimes that can make you get really bloated.
And then painful.
Yeah, it's
when you
very
actually have period.
Because when the period coming on, lining, all that built up lining is breaking down. And let me tell you guys something. Every single time when my period eventually comes, I feel a lot of pain because it's a lot of clots.
Yes, my experience clots too. Jesus, peace.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like most of the period is clots.
Yes.
And it's very painful. Very, very painful, and it's very heavy. My periods, when I take my hormone pills and the periods do come, my periods start heavy and heavy. There's no lightness in it any at all. Some people periods, they start heavy, then they start chucking down, and then you say, oh, we're just cutting, it's gonna finish. My periods last 2 to 3 weeks and heavy right through, from the first day to the last day. Sometime in between the period, it might trickle down a little and give me a little spotting, and I'm gonna say, yeah, girl, period had done you. And then as I look, boops, my period, she don't trick me. Yeah, don't trick me.
Okay, guys, so I know that the conversation is interesting,
See,
but I'm sure I learn a lot of things. So here's what we're gonna do, because this video is super long. what we're gonna do is we're gonna make them wait for the remaining part of the video. So see you next week for part 2 of our mukbang for our talk about PCOS and endometriosis and how it affects the mental health. Walk good, love God, and blessings. Bye guys.